CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Packed house at Bank of America Stadium as we get set for kickoff of Week 1 of the 2021 NFL season. And you saw Robert Saleh become emotional during the tribute to the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. His older brother David was working on the 61st floor of the South Tower, made it out safely. David is in attendance here today to watch his brother be a head coach for the first time. And Matt Rule begins his second year as Panthers head coach, wearing an FDNY hat on the sideline. Let's check in with Sherry Burris.
Well, Andrew, one of the elements we are battling down here is the heat. It is hot. We've had a thermometer out here on the field since about 11 a.m. Let me show you how hot it is. Right now it's saying it's about 112, but it's gotten all the way down to the 90 humidity mark, this big one here. It is hot. One of those reasons being the new field. They switched out the grass to turf in the spring. I asked some of the Panther players. They said, nah, it's not too hot yet. And Zach Wilson said this weather actually reminded him of Florham Park.
All right, Sherry, thank you. And we will see Zach Wilson first. As Carolina won the coin toss, they have elected to defer. So Sam Darnold will watch as the man who replaces him in New York is set to take the field. Braxton Berrios is back deep, and the former Giant Ryan Santoso will kick it off. Here we go, Week 1 underway, and the Jets will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Zach Wilson making his NFL debut. It's actually the first time he's ever been to an NFL regular season game. He told us last night he never went as a fan as a kid. He grew up in Utah. No NFL teams in Utah. So, Tiki, welcome to the NFL, kid. His first game.
Yeah, he's going to get it right off the bat, but there's so much excitement around this kid in New York and New Jersey, as Jets fans have been waiting for someone who they can call their franchise quarterback, and Zach Wilson in the preseason fit the part.
Tevin Coleman gets the start at running back for the Jets. And he gets the first touch of the season for New York, and he gets a yard on the play. Now for the Jets offensively, they're going with George Fant as their starting right tackle. He wins the battle with Morgan Moses, but they're missing a couple of key guys today. Jamison Crowder still out on the COVID list. LaMichael Pirine is out with a foot injury, and Keelan Cole injured his knee in practice on Thursday. He is out as well. And there is Mike LaFleur, the offensive coordinator for the Jets, first time calling plays. Wilson's first pass attempt is complete. That's Ryan Griffin, the tight end. And he is stopped right short of the sticks. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And Andrew, this is what we expected from Mike LaFleur early for Zach Wilson. Get some easy throws. Tight ends are obviously the closest to the quarterback, even though that was an out-breaking route. It's an easy throw for him. You get tight to the sticks, and now it sets up a very short 3rd and manageable situation.
Jets were last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions a year ago. And they hand it off. Coleman hit at the line. And that's going to be very close.
This one will depend entirely on the spot, but he got hit immediately at the line of scrimmage.
First down.
Squirreled forward for the first down.
Just did.
Yeah, this is Coleman, who has a familiarity with this system because of his previous stints with Rob Saleh in San Francisco. But sometimes you just get lucky and fall forward with the spot. He might have been a little bit short there.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 with Elijah Moore, the rookie out of Mississippi, going in motion. Ty Johnson in at running back, and he takes the pitch from Wilson. Can't get to the outside. Cut down by J.C. Horn, but there is a flag down on the field. Our referee today is Clay Martin. Panthers indicating this is against the Jets.
You know, Andrew, this is one of the strengths, or probably the strength.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 8 covered, eligible number 88. That penalty's been declined. Second down.
This is the strength of this Carolina team, their defense. They're young, but they're fast, and they can get to the edges. So running outside is going to be tough. J.C. Horn came down and filled, but also middle linebacker Jermaine Carter, who switched his number to number 4 right before the game, was also there. All these backers can run sideline to sideline, which makes them tough to find holes against.
Second down and 9. Wilson out of the shotgun, and the play is blown dead. Another flag is down.
False start. Number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's on Mekhi Becton, the Jets left tackle. And Tiki, you mentioned it, but 1 hour before kickoff, 2 Panthers starting linebackers, Shaq Thompson and Jermaine Carter, changed their numbers. Obviously, they've known they were going to do this for a while, but it was announced 60 minutes ago. A little bit of gamesmanship there against the rookie quarterback.
Didn't Tom Brady go off about this?
Yes, he did.
We watched tape all week on 54 and 56, and now they're 7 and 4. What the heck is going on?
Shaq Thompson wearing 7. Jermaine Carter has changed to number 4. Second and long, and Burns with the sack.
And this is what this Carolina Panthers defense needs in order to stay elite. We mentioned this in the pregame talk. Brian Burns is such an impactful player. He's fast, especially when he comes unblocked. Zach Wilson had 0 chance. This is clearly a miscommunication.
A 9-yard loss on the play. Burns had a career-high 9 sacks last season. And now it's 3rd and 23.
This is exactly what you don't want for a young quarterback, because now Carolina can do anything. They're going to sit back and play coverage here, but
just a quick pass, and it's dropped. Michael Carter, the rookie from North Carolina, does not secure the catch, and out comes the punt unit for the Jets.
Not how you wanted to start the 2021 NFL season if you're the New York Jets and offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, who told us he was going to be down on the sideline for this game for the inevitable ups and downs so he can manage them with Zach Wilson. He's got a lot of downs in this first drive.
Alex Erickson is the return man for Carolina, and Braden Mann will kick it away for the Jets. Erickson retreating to his own 22-yard line. He is hit hard at the 26. Justin Hardy making the special teams tackle, and out comes Sam Darnold. We asked Sam Darnold, what was your reaction when you saw your Week 1 opponent? He said, of course it would be the Jets. He said this is reality TV, and he might be right. Here we go. Darnold against his former team, and throwing on first down and completing to Christian McCaffrey with room to run. McCaffrey has a first down.
When in doubt, chunk it out to CMC. Christian McCaffrey is such a dynamic player. There's so many things you can do with him. Even if it's just simply flipping him the ball to the outside, you know he's going to accelerate quickly and get positive yardage.
Looked like C.J. Mosley actually got a hand on it, but the pass was still complete. An 11-yard gain, first down and 10. And a handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey, good patience across the 40. And he takes it up to the 44-yard line for a gain of 7. Marcus May on the tackle.
Great job by Sam Darnold. That was obviously a directional run play to the outside. L.A., I'm assuming, means west, which is left. So Chris McCaffrey using his patience and start-stop ability to get a big gain on first down. I love the way this kid runs. He's not really a kid anymore after rushing for 1,000 yards and receiving 1,000 yards 2 seasons ago.
Only played in 3 games last year due to injury. Did not play in the preseason. He's had the first 2 touches today. And now make it 3. McCaffrey up ahead with a first down. There's a flag down. McCaffrey shoved out of bounds at the 39-yard line. But it looks like this is going to come back, a hold against Carolina.
Yeah, that was on Pat Elflein, the left guard who got out in front for that screen. He was just mauling the defender.
Former Jet, made 6 starts for the Jets last year and then signed with Carolina in the offseason.
Yeah, it gets tricky for offensive linemen when you have a running back like Christian McCaffrey, because he could go inside or outside on that position, on that particular play. Instead of putting your hands on that defender, just stand there.
Number 60, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Christian McCaffrey is athletic enough to respond or react to whatever that offensive lineman does. He got a little too zealous, you should say, with his hands.
And that negates a 17-yard pickup for McCaffrey. Sam Darnold telling us it's not a bad decision to check it down to Christian McCaffrey. And clearly that's going to be one big difference for Darnold here in Carolina compared to the Jets. He's got a lot of weapons on this offense. Let's see where they go here on 2nd down and 13. Hand it off. McCaffrey up the middle and across the 40 up to the 43-yard line.
Easy inside draw. Quick draw to Christian McCaffrey. The one thing they got to be wary of, though, for this Carolina Panthers offense and offensive coordinator Joe Brady is not overfeeding him. A couple of years ago, there was a couple of games where he had 100% of the touches, 100% of the plays, I should say. It's too much for anybody.
Well, they told us they were going to go a little bit easier on him this year. They want him fresh for the 4th quarter, but it's hard to believe that.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, certainly not now. 3rd and 5. Darnold fires, and it is complete. No, incomplete. Marshall could not hold on. Had it and lost it going to the ground. Good coverage by the rookie Michael Carter II.
Yeah, great job by Michael Carter II. He got his hand inside the wide receiver, also another rookie, Terrace Marshall, just to knock this out at the last minute. That's great awareness by a defensive back. You play the wide receiver. As soon as he puts his hands up, you put your hand between his two and rip down.
Robert Saleh telling us he really likes Michael Carter II. Also starting a rookie on the outside corner position in Brandon Echols, 6th-round pick out of Kentucky. Joseph Charlton punting away to Braxton Berrios. It's a short end-over-end kick, fair catch at the 22-yard line. 36-yard punt by Charlton, and we'll see drive number 2 for number 2, Zach Wilson, when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Gillette, the best a man can get. Sonic, this is how we Sonic. And by Rocket Mortgage, for the playbook on home loans, Rocket Cab.
Fireman Ed, one of many Jets fans here in Charlotte. The whole plane coming down from New Jersey on Friday was full of Jets fans as the fans are back here. Full throat at Bank of America Stadium. 2nd drive for Zach Wilson. And he hands it off to the rookie Michael Carter. And he picks up a couple. Jeremy Chin on the tackle. The Jets are the youngest team in the NFL, an average age of just over 25 years old. 13 players could make their debut, including the man we just saw, Michael Carter. But it was Robert Saleh telling us that he thought the draft class put together by Joe Douglas was, quote, a foundational draft class. And he is very excited, and he's going to give a lot of these guys opportunities this season. Doesn't really have a choice. Jets have run 7 plays and have picked up 4 yards. Play action. Burns coming again. Wilson escapes. Wilson keeps it alive. Down the field, deep and incomplete. Corey Davis was down there. Dante Jackson had the coverage.
Yeah, Dina, we talked to Zach Wilson about his ability to make throws off schedule and out of the pocket. And you see his athleticism here. I think a lot of people think he's a small player. He's actually quite sizable. Here he is, throwing on the run pretty accurately as well. It's a little bit tall for Corey Davis down there, but you see what people got so excited about him.
He said those off-schedule plays takes him back to his backyard growing up as a kid. It's a natural instinct, and we saw it on display there. 3rd and 8. Good protection. Wilson deep down the field for Johnson, incomplete. Knocked away by Shaq Thompson. And a 3-and-out for the Jets.
They're getting away from the easy ones for Zach Wilson. We talked about the strength of this Carolina Panthers defense. I mean, that's a linebacker running all the way downfield with a running back. Shaq Thompson, who changed his number to number 7, makes a great play on that ball, but there's nothing easy going to be here for Zach Wilson this afternoon.
Braden Mann's first punt traveled 56 yards. Back out there again with Erickson, the deep man. Play clock at
1. Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Looked like Ty Johnson forgot he was on the punt team.
Brant Boyer, a holdover from the previous staff, his 6th year as the Jets special teams coordinator, and clearly not happy. So that'll back the Jets up 5 yards. And gets this one away. Another good kick, sending Erickson back to the 28. There is a flag down. Erickson on the return, and Erickson is wrapped up by Blake Cashman. However, behind the play, it is Braden Mann, the punter, who is shaken up, and that's where the flag was thrown as he hobbles off the field. Another look on the right side of your screen.
Looks like we're going to get running into, or actually this is roughing, probably roughing the punter. Or holding, I think they're going to actually call instead on the personal protector.
That was Chuba Hubbard, the running back, who rolled into Mann. And you can see Mann still requiring attention on that Jets sideline. He was arguably their best player last year.
Holding. Offense, number 87. Carolina has enforced to have that penalty at the previous spot. Will replay 4th down. There is no foul for contact to the kicker as the player was held into the kicker.
So a rough go here for the Jets special teams, and now they have to punt it again. Smart move, because who's going to punt?
That's right. Their punter is on the sideline.
It's going to be the kicker, Matt Amendola, who's playing in his first NFL game.
Wow.
So a great decision to re-kick, and now Amendola will have to punt from his own end zone, and what a mess this is for the Jets. Carolina's put DJ Moore now back to return the punt. Amendola's first punt is a low kick, not bad, across midfield. Moore from his own 40. Moore spins away from a couple and can't stay on his feet. Tackled at midfield. So an admirable job by Amendola. A 50-yard punt. And it's Carolina football here on CBS.
I decided to take...
Not the way Matt Amendola was expecting to come onto the field for the first time in his NFL career, but a 50-yard punt. Carolina takes over at midfield. Darnold throwing on first down and completes it to DJ Moore. Makes the catch in front of the rookie Brandon Echols. It's good for a Carolina first down.
Great job by Sam Darnold here, realizing that he was going to get heated up a little bit. He puts this right on DJ Moore's back shoulder. The ball was out before he even turned around. They've only been working together a couple times in the preseason, but it seems like they already are developing some chemistry.
13-yard pickup for Carolina. They have the ball at the Jets' 37. Moore goes in motion with McCaffrey next to Darnold. They pitch it to Moore, and the Jets are all over it. Great play by John Franklin Myers. A loss of 5.
John Franklin Myers just flew through into the back, as did... Both came on. You could tell that the offensive line were pulling out to kind of run a screen, a downfield, a draw type blocking, but they forgot you got to deal with the guys up front first.
Yeah, Sheldon Rankins back there as well. So 2nd down and 15. Jets defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich calling the plays for this defense. Robert Saleh wanted to give him that role, but Saleh said he'd chime in if he felt necessary. There's Terrace Marshall with the catch, and then he is upended by Eccles. A gain of 8.
Again, this gets you somewhat back regular. It's 3rd and still somewhat long. And you can see the philosophy of the Jets here. They know that their strength is their front 4. Those big guys up front, Shaq Lawson and Quentin Williams. They know that they can get home against this put-together Carolina Panthers offensive line. So Sam Darnold has got to be quick with his reads and his decisions. And so far, he's done that.
He started 3 out of 4 as the Panthers are looking at 3rd down and 7. 5.5 to go in the opening quarter. Darnold completes to Dan Arnold, but Marcus May with the big hit.
And again, pressure once again from this Jets defense coming after Sam Darnold, so he has to get rid of the ball quick. And Marcus May, the old man, so to speak, in this secondary, comes down and makes a concrete tackle on their tight end, Dan Arnold.
He wasn't feeling Darnold to Arnold. Marcus May all over it, playing on the franchise tag this year. It's 4th down and 6. It would be about a 50-yard field goal, but Matt Rule has sent out his punter, Joseph Charlton. And Rule told us Friday, you know, Santoso good from about 53, but in a situation like this, you might want to play the field position game today. And it appears that's exactly what he's doing in the first quarter. Charlton trying to pin him deep. Fair catch. Berrios at the 15. Some of the Panthers fans booing here. Jets get the football back. We're scoreless on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit, and by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Hot day in Charlotte as we welcome you back to Bank of America Stadium. And Braden Mann, who was shaken up on his last punt, trying to see if he's able to go. Something to keep an eye on over on that Jets sideline. As Tevin Coleman is the running back on 1st down and 10. Takes the handoff from Wilson. Coleman, nice running. And tackled from behind by Gross Matos. Paramount Plus is the home of the World's Game. Stream more than 2,000 matches live, including Serie A, UEFA Champions League, the NWSL, and CONCACAF qualifiers. Paramount Plus, try it for free. Matt Amendola played soccer in high school and went to Oklahoma State to kick. May have to be the punter today if Mann can't make it back. Jets only have 10 yards of offense so far in the opening quarter as Carter goes in motion. Handed off to Coleman up the middle, and he runs right into the line of scrimmage.
Another new set for this Jets offense. Mike LaFleur at both running backs, Tevin Coleman and Michael Carter, motioning the tight end back and forth. Even though Trevon Wesco, 85, is more like a fullback than a tight end. They're trying to get some misdirection, but this Carolina defense isn't fooled by all that motion. They know the Jets need to run the football in order to make things easier for Zach Wilson, and they're not fooled by much.
3rd down and 2. Jets are 1 for 3 on 3rd down. Hand off to Carter, and Carter can't get away from Derek Brown. Extra effort takes him close to the 1st down marker. And they are going to give it to him. Wow, that was that extra effort by Carter to move the chains.
Yeah, great job by Michael Carter in that situation. Derek Brown, outstanding 2nd-year player out of Auburn, is wrapped all over him at the very beginning of this play, but he was able to scoot his way forward, keep driving those big legs, and that extra effort gets him to the 1st down marker.
Mike LaFleur said he was so excited the Jets drafted Michael Carter. Carter not happy he slipped to the 4th round, but LaFleur said we were really hoping to get him, and we're thankful he's on our side as Ty Johnson bounces off a tackler, but going nowhere on that play. Hassan Reddick Reddick on the stop for Carolina.
Hassan Reddick, who came over from Arizona, had 12.5 sacks for the Cardinals last year. He's being counted on to be that extra leader in the second level for this Carolina Panthers team. And what we're seeing already, this is the philosophy and the ideal that Matt Rule has been preaching to these guys. Constant hard work and swarm to the football.
Reddick played for Rule at Temple, 12.5 sacks last year with Arizona. Second down and 10. Wilson pressure coming, throws, and it's dropped. Elijah Moore looked to see who was coming before he made the catch, but Davion Nixon in the Carolina defense was bearing down on Wilson.
I don't want to start thinking about the old Jets or even last year's Jets, but one of the things that plagued Sam Darnold was his lack of ability to have pass protection. In this first game against the Carolina Panthers defensive front, Zach Wilson is experiencing the exact same thing. I haven't seen him set his feet really once yet. These dropbacks.
Third and 10. Pressure coming again. Wilson steps up. Now throwing deep for Moore. Down there with Chin. Moore can't hold on. Good coverage by Jeremy Chin, and once again, the Jets O-line struggling against Carolina's defensive front.
Yeah, Zach Wilson's having to move around in the pocket just to see what's downfield for him. Elijah Moore pushed off a little bit and should have had that ball. It went through his hands, but give credit to Jeremy Chin, who, again, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, played linebacker last year, but he's still got the speed to run with one of the fastest receivers in this Jet squad.
And it's Matt Amendola, the kicker, out there to punt again with Braden Mann still shaken up. His first punt went 50 yards. This one not as good. Erickson from his own 30. Erickson is spun down. That's Adrian Colbert, who came up off the practice squad yesterday to make the tackle. No score in Charlotte. There's Jets punter Braden Mann. He's got a huge brace on his left leg, and you can see he's walking with a limp. But it was Amendola who just boomed a 65-yard punt to pin the Panthers deep in their own end late in the first quarter. Darnold in the shotgun. And off McCaffrey. McCaffrey, nice vision to get out to the 19-yard line. And for an injury update, here's Sherry Burris.
Andrew, Braden Mann, he has a left knee injury and he is questionable. I've been watching him go in and out of the medical tent. I saw him limping on the sideline, even wincing, trying to walk. He looked like he was giving it a go, but he has gone back and forth in the medical tent. Another injury update for the Jets. Jamie and Sherwood, linebacker, he has a knee, ankle, and he's questionable.
Another starter there for the Jets. We'll see if he comes back as Darnold fires to Moore for incompletion. Good coverage by the Jets.
It's good convergence by the Jets. It was actually an on-time throw, on target to DJ Moore, but sometimes when you know that a shot is coming, you take your eyes just off for a half of a quarter of a second, and you end up not being able to pull it in.
DJ Moore, his first 2 years, had a combined 7 drops. Last year, he had 7 drops. And now, after that last play, it sets up 3rd and 6. Darnold to McCaffrey, and he's got the first down. Hall on the tackle for the Jets, but not before McCaffrey moves the chains. A pickup of 9.
We're going to see a lot of this in this offense by this Carolina Panthers. They put in 3-by-1s and ignore Christian McCaffrey lined up outside. It gives them a chance to give the weak side option one-on-one with Christian McCaffrey. Here's Sam Darnold's footwork. The one thing that they wanted to work on was not to have happy feet. He looked very steady and focused in that delivery to Christian McCaffrey.
And that is the end of the first quarter. No score. Jets and Panthers here on CBS.
Girls the heart.
Start of the second quarter with Tiki Barber, Sherry Burris, our entire crew. I'm Andrew Catalan. We thank you for joining us for week 1 of the NFL on CBS. McCaffrey, the running back, with Tommy Tremble in motion. It's a handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets a yard on the play. Now, as we welcome you back into the broadcast booth with Tiki, I'm Andrew. Tiki, you were always on the field for the Giants. Christian McCaffrey always on the field for the Panthers. They told us they want to try to reduce that a little bit this year. As a running back, how do you take that?
Yeah, it's tough because the last thing you want to do as a running back is see someone else doing your job, especially if you're as exceptional as Christian McCaffrey is. But that's why they drafted Chuba Hubbard from Oklahoma State. He was a 2,000-yard rusher a couple of years ago, so we know he has the ability. It's just a matter of forcing Chris McCaffrey off the field, protecting him from himself in essence.
Second down and 9. Darnold taking a shot for Moore. He's open. He's got him into Jets territory. Sheldrick Redwine, who's come in to replace LaMarcus Joyner at safety, makes the tackle.
Great job or great play call by this Carolina Panthers offense. You see a weakness, or you see a new starter in this situation. They're playing cover 2 here. Redwine just can't get over quick enough for DJ Moore.
Moore was a little slow to get up after that 26-yard reception.
Yeah, you see he clipped his ankles, and sometimes when you roll underneath yourself, your ankles or your knee can get tweaked.
You're ready. Wait, what?
Play fake. Darnold screen to McCaffrey. Room to run. McCaffrey moving his legs and finally hit at the 40 after a 5-yard pickup.
Again, this is a designed backdoor screen here. Chris McCaffrey trying to split 2 defenders. And now finally he gets a breather as they pull him off the field. Chuba Hubbard, we just were talking about, enters the lineup.
Sherry told us that Jamian Sherwood questionable to return with a foot injury, and right now at linebacker to take its spot is Delshon Phillips, who was called up off the practice squad yesterday, playing in just his 3rd NFL game. Darnold down the sideline, Moore back in there, and out of bounds. Moore thinks he caught it. The referee right there. Guidry had the coverage, and now they're having a conversation. You see Moore is laying out where his foot.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, though. You don't want to get too saucy with those refs.
He showed it on the big scoreboard here, and the Panthers fans are celebrating.
On the field is a completed pass. First down.
And now they've overruled it on the field.
Look, we thought that Sam Darnold would have this chemistry with Robbie Anderson, but he's already got it with DJ Moore. What a great job dragging his feet, especially his right one, which he had to step around himself, drag it out of bounds, and then get it back in. That was unreal.
Incredible catch by DJ Moore. A 27-yard gain. And the Panthers are in the red zone. First down and 10. Darnold right back to the air. Fires end zone, and it's incomplete.
He's going to lament that one when he sees it on tape. He had Dan Arnold clean in the seam. He just got it a little bit too high. Here's the low angle. Let's look at his feet. His feet are set, pointing in the right direction. All he had to do was drill that one under in his face mask. And Panthers would be on the board for 6.
And that was Ian Thomas, and we were at practice on Friday, and they were drilling that a lot in the red zone, looking for Thomas. Darnold off the mark, and it's second down. From the 13. McCaffrey up the middle, inside the 10, still moving his legs, and down at the 6. Michael Carter the second on the tackle.
Christian McCaffrey is so quick. This is just a trap. Even though the guard misses, the ball comes through so quickly with Christian McCaffrey.
Quickly back to McCaffrey, trying to pick up the first down. And he's very close.
Yeah, this will depend on the spot, obviously, but and they're giving it to him. First down. Such a luxury to have a guy like Chris McCaffrey. He's not only explosive and fast, but he's tough. He's unafraid to take those hits in the interior. You see it down the line. Chris McCaffrey, his butt never really hits the ground, and he just starts keep pushing back with his legs.
And what a measurement. Did not get it.
Yeah, I think they might have shorted him on that spot a little bit.
So that brings up 4th down. And we'll see what Matt Rule decides to do. He has the challenge flag, and possible he's going to challenge the spot.
He's looking for the video board.
He pump faked the toss.
I think he's challenging. There it is.
I think he's asking for the new Hawkeye to phone down and say, hey, let's take a look at this. He doesn't want to use his challenge.
Well, you can tell he's asking, when did a body part hit the ground? As we watch that replay, his knee never went down. Maybe his butt grazed a blade of grass, but his momentum has stopped. But he kept pushing backwards. Maybe it's 4th and an inch, not 4th and 1.
No challenge from Rule. The fullback Giovanni Ricci comes out with McCaffrey at running back. 4th and inches, and the handoff is botched, and the Jets recover. Sheldon Rankins falls on it, and the Panthers come up empty. We're back at Bank of America Stadium, and a turnover by Carolina has given the Jets the football back. Let's take a look at what happened here, Tiki.
Yeah, there was a time and place when the fullback was paramount in the NFL. You lined up in the eye, but Sam Darnold forgot you got to clear the fullback before you extend the ball out to the running back. Turnover in a tight red zone leads to no points.
Jets only have 14 yards of offense, trying to get something going with Coleman. And not much there. Shaq Thompson, one of the first to get there. So Robert Saleh, who spent the last 4 seasons as the 49ers defensive coordinator. You see the defensive numbers for the Niners last year, and what the Jets did a year ago certainly brought in as part of the reason to help improve that. But it's his personality, it's his swagger. There's so much to him, and there's an inspirational Thursday meeting Saleh gave to the team in Florham Park. C.J. Mosley said the energy was infectious. The message was the time is now. Let's see if Wilson can get going now as he connects with Corey Davis, who breaks free, and Davis out to the 47-yard line.
Great job by Zach Wilson finding Corey Davis on this shallow and this slant route, and puts it right on the money, right where he can catch it and keep running. The one thing we know about Zach Wilson is his accuracy is on point. This hits Corey Davis right in the face mask in full stride, which allows him to break a tackle without having to slow down. This is what we saw a lot of in the preseason. Obviously, the preseason, you're getting a lot of base defenses, but the one good thing that Zach did there is he looked off the backside safety so that he had a window to sneak that one into.
First 16 plays for the Jets, they had 16 yards. That play covered 35 yards. First down and 10. Johnson. And the Jets still struggling to get something going in the run game. Daquan Jones on the tackle, and a flag is down in the secondary. We asked Zach Wilson, who's the receiver you've got the most chemistry with, and last night he did not hesitate. Corey Davis was right out of his
During
mouth.
the run, illegal use of the hands to the face. Number 7, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's on Shaq Thompson.
Yeah, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Andrew, Zach Wilson was named captain, even though he's a rookie. But so was Corey Davis, even though this is his first year here After having his best statistical season in Tennessee last year, he comes over. He's a vet presence for a very young offense. Zach Wilson has a lot of trust in him already.
Sit down. 118. Zip.
Jeff Smith in motion. It's a play fake. Chin is coming. Wilson gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Jeremy Chin was coming free. Time now for a NFL Today update. Let's go back to New York. JB and Boomer Esiason.
Trevor Lawrence, nice so far, Boomer.
That's right. He's actually off to a pretty good start. 8 of 14, 120 yards. This touchdown pass to Chris Manhertz. He cuts the lead in half. 14-7, Houston over the Jaguars.
Back to Andrew, Tiki, and Sherry.
Guys, thank you. 3 rookie quarterbacks starting week 1. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Mac Jones. The most since 2012 when 5 rookie quarterbacks started week 1. Wilson over the middle, and it's intercepted. Shaq Thompson on the pick. Thompson into Jets territory. And out of bounds, just shy of the 30-yard line. The second career interception for Shaq Thompson, and his first in 5 years.
Shaq Thompson did a fantastic job of falling into the lane that Zach Wilson was trying to fit that ball into. There's one fault for Zach here. He didn't put enough zip on this one. Downfield like this, you got to fire this ball. Shaq Thompson just enough time to tip it to himself. He looked like a running back wearing number 7 going down the right sideline.
If Thompson didn't pick it, J.C. Horn was right behind as well.
That's right. One of the things that Zach's got to learn is that if you're late on throws that far downfield, these NFL linebackers and corners are going to hawk right all over it.
A 30-yard return by Thompson sets up the Panthers at the Jets' 33-yard line. Darnold steps up and finds McCaffrey. He's wide open. McCaffrey with a first down inside the 20.
There's nothing wrong with it. A little check down to Christian McCaffrey. How many times did Sam Darnold say that to us? Especially when you have these deep developing routes. Sometimes as linebackers, especially young linebackers, that this Jets defense is playing right now, you forget about the running back leaking out.
One injury for the Jets, LaMarcus Joyner, an elbow injury, doubtful to return. So Sheldrick Redwine is taken over at safety. Darnold again right back to McCaffrey. Blockers in front. McCaffrey inside the 10. And pinball down at the 6. And it's Daly with a good block from his right guard position.
That's right. They're going to keep feeding Christian McCaffrey, and if they can get these big guys, we call them the fatties, out in front of him, it makes his job so much easier. Pancaking the linebacker there.
Panthers quickly to the line. McCaffrey inside the 5. So McCaffrey already with 12 touches here in the first half.
6 carries, 29 yards. 7 carries for 31, I should say. 5 receptions for 51. The thing you got to love about Christian McCaffrey is he has the ability to get skinny. Just turn your body sideways for a half a second so you slide through a potential contact and keep moving forward.
Nothing to Robbie Anderson yet. He's in the slot on 2nd and goal. Darnold rolling right. Pressure coming from Lawson. Darnold throws incomplete. Good coverage by the Jets in the end zone.
I think that was a good play call. It just felt like Sam Darnold got pressured and had to push himself a lot deeper than he wanted to be. So it made that throw, whether it was DJ Moore or even Robbie Anderson in the back of the end zone, a lot harder on the run.
This will be the 14th play in opponent territory for Carolina to just 2 for the Jets. It's a 3rd and goal.
3-by-1 here again.
Marshall, the motion man.
Got man, so.
Darnold, end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Marshall. And Michael Carter II was there for the Jets, and this time Matt Rule will send out his kicker, Ryan Santoso.
Yeah, that's just a misfire by Sam Darnold. He had Terrace Marshall Jr. open for 6.
So this is the first career NFL field goal attempt for Santoso. He was with the Giants this summer, and Carolina traded for him late last month. It'll be a 22-yard attempt for Santoso, who played collegiately at Minnesota. And we have our first points of the day. With 7:26 to go, second quarter, Carolina leads it 3-0.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. You could save even more by bundling home and car insurance. The Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway. And by Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row.
Carolina on the board after 2 punts and then a fumble. It's the field goal by Santoso to give the Panthers a 3-0 lead. Carolina went 5-11 last year. They lost 8 one-score games. Matt Rule telling us a lot of the offseason work was on those end-of-game situations. Santoso boots a touchback. Well, you can help support Hurricane Ida recovery efforts in the Gulf and the Northeast. Visit NFL.com/auction to bid on authentic and game-worn items and support the Gulf Coast Renewal Fund and American Red Cross. Text IDA to 90999 to donate $10 to American Red Cross Hurricane Ida relief. So after the interception, let's see how Zach Wilson responds. 1st and 10 from his own 25-yard line. Pressure's coming. Wilson gets out of the way. Nice move. Still on the move, and now fires, and it's nearly intercepted by Thompson again. Yeah, Jeff Smith, the intended target.
Yeah, it was a bad decision by Zach Wilson. We know that he believes he can do anything with that arm talent that everybody talks about, but when you're that late, moving that fast, it gets hard to be accurate. Better off just throwing this one away. Got lucky there a little bit.
You see Thompson nearly had his second pick. Wilson is 2 for 10 for 42 yards and the interception. To the air, Reddick coming. Wilson gets it out quickly to Croft. Nice move by Croft, stretching for the first down. Miles Hartfield on the tackle for Carolina, and that's good enough for a first down.
We saw this earlier in the game, actually the first series of the game. It was to Ryan Griffin then, but Tyler Croft, the tight ends are the easier throws. Get the ball out of your hand quick. Make this simple for Zach Wilson. Been a lot of play calls to push the ball downfield with this Jets offense. Not sure they're quite good enough, especially up front, to throw all that in at this point in the season.
Here's Carter out of the backfield with some room to run. He's got great speed. Lowers his head to get out to the 49-yard line. Another first down after a 14-yard gain.
Taking a page out of the Carolina Panthers playbook. Get an option route to your running back into the flat. Linebackers drop deep. Stealing.
Look at the quarterback comparison so far. Wilson is 4 out of 12 for 66 yards. Darnold 11 of 16 for 121. Wilson in trouble. Lost the football. He gets it back. Hassan Reddick has been making a living in that backfield today for Carolina, and he nearly created a turnover.
We knew that it would be Brian Burns on one side, Hassan Reddick on the other, and often we're seeing either one of them come unblocked. This blocking scheme up front's got to be corrected by the New York Jets. Either keep a tight end on one side or chip with the running back coming out. Zach Wilson has no chance to even contemplate what to do with the football.
2nd down and 11. Wilson over the middle, and it's caught. This Croft again, and he's a yard shy of a 1st down. Wilson is a film junkie.
He is, and when he goes back and watches this film, he'll realize out of his 13 throws so far, only 1 has been complete to a wide receiver. His tight ends have been his friend, his best friend to this afternoon.
Mike LaFleur said he called him at 9 o'clock on Friday night, and Wilson was still in the facility watching film. He said, buddy, you got to go home. It's a Friday. You get out of here early on Fridays. 3rd and 1, and play action. Pressure coming. Wilson off his back foot. Croft makes the catch, but he's short. Hartsfield with another tackle. And now they're ruling it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, if you watch this carefully, you can see Croft goes up, but great job by Hartsfield of pushing it out as he goes to the ground. Got to control it all the way through the ground to have possession.
And on 4th and inches, Robert Saleh sent out Amendola. Now they wave him off the field, and they're going to go for it.
Look, we know the Jets are rebuilding at this point.
Timeout. Play clock was down, and Robert Saleh calls it timeout. So miscommunication there as the punter, even though he's the kicker, ran out, but much of the offense was out there as well. So first time out by Saleh. Meanwhile, the Panthers distributed 15,000 backpacks filled with school supplies for kids in need as they went back to school. The rookie class was on hand to give elementary school children in the region supplies, continuing the yearly initiative. All right, Tiki, what do you make of the decision here to go forward on 4th and short?
Again, we know that this Jets team is rebuilding. The expectations aren't huge for this New York squad. They're starting 7 rookies on both sides of the ball, 8 if you count the kicker. And so you got to develop an identity. You got to let these guys know that you believe in them. In particular, this offensive line, Becton and Tucker, Tucker, who they just drafted, and Connor McGovern, Roten, and George Fant. We need a yard. Go get a yard. It's old school in a sense, but it's kind of what this Jets team needs.
Coleman, the running back, takes the handoff, and he is spun down by Gross Matos. Did not get it. Coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cower have all the latest scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon halftime report. So the Carolina defense comes up with the stop, and Darnold back on the field from his own 43-yard line, leading 3-0. 4:14 to go until halftime. Play action.